My name's the Lion Kid and I'm a professional wrestler from the UK. But today, feel free to call me Wade because I'm taking my mask off and once again putting my thinking cap on as we dive into today's theory of wrestling. Now today, I thought I'd take a break from my usual marketing theories and cover one of the questions I get asked most frequently from young wrestlers, and that is my advice on becoming a masked wrestler. Now of course the biggest challenge you'll face when putting on a mask is simply the fact that with your face being covered it makes it much more difficult to sell. Now depending on your mask design, maybe 50% of your face is covered, maybe something closer to my mask which covers around 80% of my face. So the biggest obstacle you need to overcome is selling and getting your facial expressions to shine through your mask almost as if it isn't there, so they can understand exactly what you're thinking and exactly what you're feeling. Now I started performing regularly on shows in 2006 and I worked for around 3.5 years before I decided to change up my character, put on a mask and become the Lion Kid. And what I quickly realised in making the decision that the biggest obstacle I needed to overcome with having my face covered is the selling. How to emote my emotions to an audience so they can understand exactly what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, although around 80% of my face was covered. So now I'm going to break down for you my process on how I managed to overcome this myself. So I've broken this down into 5 steps for you. Step 1, you're going for range of motion. Break down your face into individual parts and sections and to test the flexibility, and you're going for as much range of motion in each individual part of your face as possible. Now step 1, I would recommend that every single up and coming pro wrestler give a try to have work on their facial expressions. Stand around 10 inches away from a large mirror so you can see your own face very clearly and pull as many different faces as possible. Now it doesn't matter how silly these faces are or whether you think they'll even be useful in a match or in regards to selling. The idea is to get to know your own face and work on your facial flexibility. Now when I did this, I broke my face down into separate parts. First is the eyebrows, second is the eyes itself, next is the nose, so whether you're making it big, screwing it up, moving it side to side, the mouth, and the chin that kind of goes along with that. Okay, for step 2, now that you know the range of motion you're capable with each individual part of your face, now you're going for combos. So for example, if you can move your eyebrows loads, now you want to combo that up with your mouth and your nose, put as many different facial expressions as you can, comboing up all the range of motion you have with every single part of your face. So with your face, pull as many facial expressions as possible. Now you've done that, you've made as many different facial expressions as possible. Now for the next stage, what you need to do is repeat. Step 3 is practice, practice and practice some more. At this point you really want to try and up the number of facial expressions you can make by comboing all the bits together. Practice as much as you can and get your numbers up as high as possible. Do this for around 5 to 10 minutes every day, and every day trying to up the number of expressions you do. Now at the beginning, for the first day you might only manage around 10 or so, But as the weeks go on, you want to get your number up to around 40, 50-ish. Okay, so you've done that for a week or two. You know your face better than anyone else, and you know every little micro expression you're capable of doing. Step 4, this one is specifically for all you mask wrestlers out there. Put on your mask and do exactly the same thing again. Pull all the exact same facial expressions you did without your mask on, but this time while wearing your mask. Okay, so you've got your mask on, you're standing 10 inches in front of the mirror, and it's time to do it again. Now, the first thing I notice when I put on my mask is that I lose my eyebrows. Now, eyebrows are a great way for expressing shock, or when you put them down, when you narrow them down for expressing anger. So now I lose that, so that's an obstacle I need to overcome. So you'll notice also that me moving my nose does absolutely nothing. So I've lost my nose and my eyebrows, and due to my design, I've got a chin strap here that keeps it nice and secure. This strap doesn't undo, so therefore I can't open my mouth quite as wide as I would usually be capable of doing. So that makes it a little more difficult for me in that regard. So go over all your facial expressions again. No matter what they were, no matter what they are, no matter what you manage, go over them all again, and you need to see which ones come through while you're wearing your mask. Now that you've figured out exactly what facial assets you don't have, now's time to work with the ones you do have. And step 5, this can be done for guys both with and without a mask. If you're a mask wrestler, put your mask on. If you're not, you don't have one, don't do it with your mask because you don't have one. But what you want to do here is take all your range of motion and all your facial expressions and all the numbers of facial expressions you've managed to build up over the past weeks, and use all those to now convey as many different emotions as possible. And once you've got that down, and once you know all the emotions you're able to convey, get those numbers up as high as you can, practice, practice and practice. And that's it. That's my own personal 5-step process that I went to help overcome wearing a mask and get my facial expressions across. Obviously this is also great for guys skipping step 4 that don't wear a mask. To me, step 2 is the most important process, and step 2 is the one I often go back to. Actually, pretty much almost every time I go to a toilet or go to a bathroom, I'll do a little bit of I'll look in the mirror, and if I catch my face in the mirror, I'll do a little bit of step 2. It's just become a habit that I quite enjoy, and it obviously helps with my it helps with the expressions as well. If you guys want to practice some of this and comment in the comment section about how your experience is going and what you're finding difficult, and maybe you'll see me as the Lion Kid down in the comments, and we can do a bit of chatting, and maybe I can help you out a little bit more down there. And there you have it. That was my personal process that I went through to help work on my facial expressions, both without and with a mask. My name is Wade, aka the Lion Kid, and please subscribe for future content from the theory of wrestling so we can continue to study together.